6 mistakes older adults often make without realizing it. Have you ever wondered if you're unknowingly becoming the person you used to dislike when you were younger? The person who always complains, criticizes everything, or even neglects themselves. If you're over 70, you might be doing one of these things without even realizing it. And worse, these behaviors could be pushing you away from the people you love the most. Aging isn't just about changes in appearance or health. It's also about how we perceive life, and more importantly, how we interact with the people around us. These changes may be small, even invisible, but they have a powerful impact, enough to strain relationships and make us feel lonely, even when surrounded by thousands of people. Welcome to this video, where I'll share with you 6 habits that are easy to fall into as we grow older. These habits may not be easy to notice, but they can make you and those around you feel suffocated. And not only that, they can cause you to lose yourself without even realizing it. Stick around with me, and I promise you'll discover at least one thing that will make you think deeply. Now let's get started. The first mistake: neglecting personal hygiene. We all know that when we're younger, we want to keep ourselves clean and presentable. But as we get older, sometimes it's simply a lack of energy or motivation to take care of ourselves the way we used to. This can happen for many reasons. It could be due to aches and pains, chronic fatigue, or even a change in mood that makes us less motivated. But did you know that neglecting personal hygiene not only affects your health, but can also make you feel embarrassed, lonely, and even make others uncomfortable when they're around you? Signs like body odor, dirty clothes, or poor oral hygiene are not just hygiene issues, but also signals that your physical and mental health might be struggling. Many older adults often skip these habits because they think, "I'm too old now, no one cares anymore." But in reality, neglecting these basic habits can make us feel distant from our loved ones. They will start to worry about your health, and gradually, the gap between you and them may grow larger. The solution is simple. Just spend a little time each day taking care of yourself, even if it's just a small effort. If you have difficulty moving, don't hesitate to ask for help from your children or friends. Maintaining personal hygiene doesn't just keep you healthier. It also helps you feel more confident and connected with others. Mistake number 2: complaining too much. Frustration and irritation are inevitable as we age. However, have you ever felt like you're repeating complaints every day? We start to complain about everything: the weather, politics, technology, and even how the younger generation lives. A few complaints might be normal, but when we lose control, it can turn into a bad habit. The reason is that as we get older, we tend to see everything more negatively. The experiences we've accumulated throughout our lives make us more critical and quick to get irritated by the changes around us. This doesn't just make us feel stressed, it also creates a negative atmosphere for those around us. It's true that everyone has their own issues and concerns, but complaining is not the way to solve them. If you keep talking about things you can't change, bad weather, complicated technology, or how younger people live, you'll only make others feel tired and distant from you. In fact, your loved ones may feel like you're weighing down their lives, and they might begin to avoid you instead of sharing or chatting with you. So, how can we change? Try to approach things more gently. Focus on the positives, the small joys in everyday life, a beautiful morning, an interesting conversation with a friend, or simply the satisfaction of completing a small task. This will not only help you feel lighter, but it will also make those around you feel more comfortable when they're near you. Mistake number 3: dominating conversations. As we age, we often have many stories to tell. The experiences and valuable lessons we've accumulated throughout our lives make us eager to share with others. But have you ever noticed that you might be starting to take over conversations? Sometimes you may feel like you only want to talk about what you know or what you've been through, forgetting that others also have their own stories to share. It's easy to become the talker in conversations, especially when we feel that our experiences are valuable. However, when we don't give others the chance to share their opinions, we unintentionally create a gap. The listeners, especially younger generations, may feel disrespected, or as though their thoughts and feelings don't matter. This not only diminishes the interaction in the conversation, but also creates fatigue for those around us. They may feel like every encounter is the same. We are always the talkers, and they are only the listeners. This can easily lead to feelings of loneliness and distance because real relationships are built on both sharing and listening. Start by paying attention to what others are saying. Instead of rushing to share your own story, listen to theirs, ask questions, and show genuine interest in them. Remember, a conversation is an exchange, a connection, not a monologue. Mistake number 4. Demanding respect just because of age. In many cultures, older adults are naturally respected simply because of their age. But have you ever felt like you deserve respect just because you've lived longer? Respect is an important value, but it's not something that should automatically come just because of age. In fact, if we demand respect solely based on our age, we might unintentionally create tension and conflict in our relationships. As we get older, we often feel that our experiences and knowledge make us entitled to respect from younger people. But respect is not a gift given just because of how many years we've lived. It actually comes from our actions, how we treat others, and the empathy we show toward them. Demanding respect simply because we are older can make others feel pressured or as though we're not really respecting them in return. This is especially true for younger generations, who may feel that they too deserve to be heard and respected for their own efforts and contributions in today's world. Remember, respect must be built and maintained through actions, attitudes, and fair treatment of others. Instead of demanding respect solely because of our age, show respect to others, even if they have less experience than we do. Listen to them, acknowledge their perspectives and decisions, and always treat them as valuable human beings, regardless of age. Mistake number 5. Dismissing the experiences of others. Having lived through so much in life, we sometimes fall into the trap of underestimating the experiences and challenges of others, especially those of younger generations. Have you ever caught yourself saying things like, "That's nothing, I've been through much worse," or "Back in my day we had nothing and still got by"? While these comments may come from a place of truth and good intentions, they can make others feel belittled. We may not realize that each generation faces its own unique set of challenges. What we went through might be very different from what others are facing now. Especially for younger people, their challenges, although they might seem small compared to what we've dealt with, can feel monumental to them. Dismissing their emotions, problems, or experiences can create a distance between us and them, making them feel misunderstood. When we downplay the struggles of others, we not only hurt them, but also miss the opportunity to connect and offer support. Instead of comparing or minimizing what they're going through, we can listen and show empathy. Remember, everyone has their own battles, and understanding and respecting the challenges of others is not only a kind act, but also the way to build genuine connections with them. To change this habit, try taking a different approach. Listen without judgment and put yourself in the other person's shoes. Only when we truly understand and empathize with them can we offer valuable advice and help them effectively. Don't forget, even the smallest problems for someone else can sometimes feel like a major struggle for them. Mistake number 6, being too critical of the younger generation. One of the common mistakes we make as we age is becoming overly critical of the younger generation. Have you ever felt the need to teach your children, grandchildren, or younger friends about how they should live, work, or view the world? Do you often criticize them for decisions you consider mistakes, or look at them with suspicion, thinking they are doing things wrong? Whether out of good intentions or just a natural response, constant criticism can have negative effects on intergenerational relationships. Consider this: when we were young, we also made mistakes, took wrong turns, and made imperfect decisions. This was completely normal and necessary for our growth. However, When we look at younger generations, we sometimes forget that they are living in a very different time, with different circumstances and challenges than we faced. What we think of as mistakes might actually be part of their own journey of learning and growing. The younger generation is dealing with a rapidly changing world, with issues and challenges that we might not have encountered. They have to navigate new technologies, social anxieties, and environmental concerns that we may not have witnessed. Therefore, overly criticizing them not only creates a gap between generations, but also makes them feel unsupported and discouraged. Instead of criticizing, try a different approach. Become a supporter, a mentor. We don't need to agree with every decision they make, but we can listen and offer constructive advice. Sharing our experiences gently, without judgment, can help the younger generation feel understood and appreciated. Remember, at any stage of life, the most important thing is to live in a way that makes each day meaningful, and to nurture every relationship with love, understanding, and respect. Don't let negative habits affect you or your loved ones. Live with peace of mind and an open heart to embrace change. Thank you for watching this video. Share what you've learned, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue exploring more videos on how to live a peaceful and happy life at any age. See you in the next video.